Hey, Steven.
Hey, buddy. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Great.
Great. Thank you. This is much easier. I'm used to running these things. I'm like, give Steven the reins. This is fun.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I still think I'll give you the reins a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. And see how it works out. So
Two guys trying to figure out an Instagram live. There's some kind of joke in there, I think.
exactly, especially some Gen Xers too. We're not
Yeah,
boomers, but I get it.
exactly. It's funny. I was just talking to a friend how I was like, as a parent, I feel like, and we're going to get into this in this conversation, one of our biggest jobs is going to be how to navigate our kids through all of this tech and AI and what's real and what's not. So I'm excited to hear your
Yeah.
thoughts on all that.
And the problem is we're actually learning ourselves. It's that's the whole thing. We're having the trial by fire. So I agree.
Totally, totally. Um, so yeah, I'll kind of set up what we're going to talk about, and Stephen, cybersecurity tech expert at Our Family Wizard. So it's always a pleasure talking to him. Kind of has his finger on the pulse of what he is seeing every day. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's technology is ever changing, especially in the family law space or just in general. The technologies that we know and love, we find that can be used to, possibly cause harm later.
Yeah. So what are you seeing like everyday tech? Let's just talk a little bit vaguely. We have our cell phones,
Mhm.
Alexa, we're in the car, our kids are holding cell phones. What are you seeing that's causing issues specifically after separation?
Right. One of the biggest things I find with parents after separation is actually realizing how much these technologies suddenly feels different. How these air tags they put on their child's backpack or their dog, even the devices they have, the AirPods that we both have in right now, all these devices they once used as a healthy, intact family now can be unintentionally used or monitored, like an Amazon Alexa, for example. Most people don't realize they have a monitor mode. If your partner happens to move out, they can actually basically dial in and listen to what's happening inside your home. So there's things like that that we just take for granted, but we never had to worry about them before, but now we do.
Is there maybe a quick one, two, three things somebody can do to check? Like, what should we be most worried about after separation or going into divorce? All our kids, we all have these devices. What are a couple
Right.
things we should hit?
Well, the biggest thing is any type of shared accounts, any kind of accounts that you think may be shared. Also, you have to remember too, especially in the family law space, or divorce or separation, any kind of relationship at all, you know a lot of information about your partner. I mean, we all played that 20 questions game when we first started dating somebody. What's your favorite color? What high school did you go to? Those are security questions. If your partner can still answer your security questions, you can still they can still get access to your accounts, to your Nest thermostat or your Ring doorbell or whatever it may be, don't cause harm. So go through and audit your shared accounts, whatever kind of shared accounts you may have or had at one time. Look at your location settings. Look at your Find My settings on your phone. Because if I gave you a set of AirPods for your birthday or for a holiday or whatever, and I set them up on my Find My, I can track you anywhere you go. So simple things like that, again, these everyday technologies that now can be turned against us.
And so I'm sure anybody listening is like, yes, I mean to do that. I want to do it, but I get these like Apple notifications and it can get so overwhelming and confusing. Like, what advice would you give to somebody that's just like, I just can't deal with this right now?
It's going to be okay, but you have to do it. Unfortunately, you have to do it because these cases, unfortunately, don't really get better. They get worse, or people start quickly realizing. One thing I found in my career of doing cyber related crimes is that most victims are made out to be this is a mental health crisis. She's crazy, he's crazy. No, you're making me appear that way because you're again adjusting my thermostat in my thing. You know where I am all the time because you're tracking me through an air tag or through my headphones or something like that. So it's this whole air of what could possible happen. Take the time and do it. Take the time to protect yourselves. Do it now. Protect your loved ones. You won't regret it later.
Right. Maybe it's even breaking it down into like, this week I'm gonna do these three small things and just don't, when you try and take it all on at once, it's so easy to do nothing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And yeah, I see some comments coming in here. They got a little triggered when they saw Our Family Wizard logo pop up. Yes,
It's a great program. Yeah.
yeah, and we're going to talk about that too, as to like
Mhm.
kind of the differences between a lot of the free tech that we use, and we can even get
Hmm.
into that right now. It's like
Sure.
people are like, "Oh, I just text, I just use my Google Calendar. I don't need something like our Family Wizard." When you see all of this new threatening technology coming in, what is the difference between using an app like our Family Wizard?
Well, Google calendars are great. Messages are great. However, they can be manipulated. Our Family Wizard, just take the calendar, for example, and that's just one of many great features in the platform. But if I use Google Calendar, what's to say I can't go put something on the calendar that was 2 weeks ago that I now say, oh, he missed his appointment or she missed her appointment. She wasn't participating or he wasn't participating in the process. I can manipulate the calendar. I can manipulate messages. There are apps out there, free spoofing apps that allow you to send fake text messages or edit text messages. Heck, you can actually do it in your iPhone today. You can hit edit and you go and make all the changes and resend the message. With Our Family Wizard is a closed system, which means you can't alter, you can't make changes, you can't go now and use a third party app to adjust messages or change messages. The calendar is from a moment in time. It's from today, right now, going forward. I can put stuff on there in the future or present, but I can't put something on yesterday. So again, it's about accountability. It's about locking down your information and knowing that whoever reads it, it's going to be 100% authenticated. It's going to be 100% accurate. It's going to be safe.
Yeah, we always tell people it's like peace of mind that you're investing in. It's like you have guardrails around somebody that you might not trust totally, and it's about the most important thing in your lives, your kids. So there is no technology that is perfect. There is a little friction in getting used to using it, but like I don't think people fully understand how big of a leap it is to go into co-parenting after talking to somebody all the
Mhm.
time. So it's like you want these kind of training wheels to help get you off on the right foot.
For sure, for sure. And divorce and separation, from my experience, they have these ebbs and flows, these peaks and valleys, if you will. It may be amicable today, but it's going to be contentious tomorrow, and vice versa, and go back and forth. Why not use an app or program to put everything in one place? I've dealt with people that, they have, four different email accounts over here. They have WhatsApp, they have message, they have no idea where their stuff is. Why not keep it in one location where you know everything is housed, everything is safe and secure, can't be manipulated, and you can use it in every aspect of your divorce, even post divorce afterwards. Up to the kids can, however long you want to use it.
Yeah, and I think what that is a big thing is because just all of the notifications coming at us, it's triggering when it's not even our ex or something happening. So if we're gonna be triggered by our ex, if we can maybe like add a layer of just a pause where we can go check the app. Maybe we check the app twice a day instead of just all day getting barraged by texts.
Absolutely. And even including that, we have what's called a tone meter AI feature that they do get contentious. Remember the peaks and valleys of the I like you today, I hate you tomorrow type thing. Well, part of this is when you type a message or type anything in the program, you interact with the program, it's going to give you suggested prompts. Hey, that might be a little aggressive. You might want to say this instead. You can still send what you want to send, but this kind of gives you guardrails, as you mentioned, to kind of be a healthy parent. Remember, it's for the children. We're here for the kids, not the conflict. So kind of move forward in a safe way.
Yeah. We see so much on the news today. We don't even know what to believe with AI and deep fakes and like what is real, what doesn't. What do you see like changing in the world of, you've probably seen some horror stories and like how, not even Our Family Wizard, but just talk a little bit about like what you're seeing happening right now with that stuff.
Yeah. AI definitely is the future. Unfortunately, it's here. There's a lot of people that have, fears of AI, and rightfully so. I mean, we all saw Terminator 30 years ago, or our generation saw it 30 years ago. Some more recent make the people made Netflix did or whatever. But yes, AI is here. But the things we see in the media about deep fakes in putting somebody else's face on top of your face. We've all seen, on Instagram, things like that, the reels where people pose as Tom Cruise or different celebrities, and they're just basically putting their face on top of somebody else's or cloning their voice. And yes, that can be harmful in this. But actually, go back to Our Family Wizard real quick, talking about that. Within our calls and our video feature, you can actually call and make FaceTime videos in there. But again, I can't put your face on top of mine and become you. So it's again a closed system, which keeps that safe. But because AI is out there, like free programs, the paid programs, everybody's pretty much an AI expert today. AI tells you how to use AI if you actually know how to interact with it. So you can do stuff like that. However, in the family law space, we're seeing more about manipulation of text messages, communication, things like that, more so than deep fakes, because it's all about the process. So if I can manipulate the process, that's what's going to be more helpful or beneficial to me in my case, possibly going forward. So recognizing those signs of what's real, what's not, meaning we've all seen, in the media again, things about hallucinations where ChatGPT or an LLM will hallucinate, will give you false information. That's what we're talking about the manipulation, the stuff that's um, being submitted to court, being submitted to your lawyer or a pro se self-serving litigant. How do we? Where's the guardrails to check and balance that to make sure it's authentic? And that's where our friendly wizard comes in because you know it's authentic.
Yeah, it really is about. We need peace of mind more than anything today. I think we all could use it, whether you're co-parents or not. And I see some messages coming in. Danielle actually comments how she checks it twice a day, like at noon and at 7:30, and that creates a boundary that I think is like hard for us to set when so much info is coming at us from maybe somebody that doesn't like us that much or just wants to cause conflict.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's that peaks and valleys. Because again, you got along today, and now because I missed my parenting time or something else occurred, I want to make you look like a bad person. It can go both ways. So yes, you're absolutely correct.
Right. And the other great piece to Our Family Wizard is like instead of, I know lawyers, I interview them all the time. They're like, oh, stop sending me 800 screenshots that I have to sort through and may not even be real to your point.
Mhm.
It sounds like Our Family Wizard can, if you are going through divorce and working with a lawyer, they can have access to these messages.
Absolutely. There's a professional access. It actually saves you money and time because, again, the lawyer can log into your account and pull off what they need for their purposes. You may think something's pertinent. This was very harmful to you, triggering to you, but your attorney's like, well, I really can't use that in court, but I'm going to take note of that. So they can print off and go and see what they need to see inside your program for themselves. Again, it saves time, it saves money because there's no more back and forth, no more billable hours, fun things like that.
I see one other comment here, slightly off topic, but one reason I like talking to you is because you're always very generous and helpful with tips,
Sure.
protecting ourselves from identity theft. I know it's like, don't click that link. Are there one or two things, tips you can give to parents in
A- a-
general?
Absolutely. The biggest thing is, well, we're talking about phishing, for example, we're talking about links. So today, especially going through divorces, I can send you an email saying, here's the kid's new school schedule, whatever. But hidden inside of that, I have a link in there. It's a malicious link because I want to get remote access to your device or I want to put malware on something. So if you ever get a text message or an email with a link in it, make sure you click on the person's name that sent it to you. Don't look at the person's name. I can make anybody's name I want it to be. But if you click on their name, it actually shows you the email address it comes from to see if that's really the person supposed to be sending it to you. And slow down and be careful because I can very easily make a zero, an O, or an I and L, things like that to be able to trick you into clicking on these links. And that's where most people get this remote access to you or to your identity. The problem with technology today is it's a dual-edged sword. It's very helpful, but it's made us all, I guess, comfortable or lazy, for lack of better words. We all save our passwords to our devices. We save personal information. There's more personal information in your cell phone today than your own home. But people don't think about that. But we have these wearable devices, these Garmin's and Fitbits and all kinds of Apple Watches that records data. Our pharmacy, our Amazon accounts, our financial accounts all comes to our phone. And we hide behind biometrics and facial recognition and thumbprints and all the fun stuff to keep ourselves safe. But if I click on a link inadvertently, I just gave all my information away to either a bad actor or possibly your co-parent or co-party in this case. So protect yourself, slow down, protect yourself. Install an antivirus, anti-malware program for your cell phone. Use a VPN if you're gonna be on public Wi-Fi, like Starbucks or McDonald's or places like that. Those things will keep you safe and keep your identity safe, more importantly.
Yeah, I think one lesson, and this refers to co-parenting too, is like pause. Do if you feel like urgent, you might get the message like your account has
Mhm.
been hacked or like Timmy needs picked up right away, click this. Like we're so
Right.
quick to not think, and it's almost like we need to train ourselves to say, let me take 2 minutes even to think about this instead of just that quick reaction.
Exactly, exactly. When people watch TV today, they see these guys and gals behind keyboards and they're clicking away and see bits and bytes and zeros flash across the screen. That's Hollywood. That's not reality. Today, we don't hack computers. We hack people. It's social engineering. And as you mentioned, people are quick just to, that's why text message is so popular because it's a quick response. It's a quick here. So slow down. Again, slow down and just make sure it's safe.
Let me ask you one more. This is selfishly. I heard something. I'm just like, I wonder what Steven thinks of this. Is like when you get a call, somebody can spoof a voice kind of easily, maybe even spoof a number. I heard somebody give the tip of like establish with your kids some kind of code word or something where they can know that it's you. Do you have any thoughts on like talking to your kids about what's going on in this world today?
Absolutely, Rob. Absolutely. Because the process is called spoofing. And spoofing, there are a bunch of free apps and programs, websites you can go to, and you can change the caller ID. You can even change your voice from male to female, add background noises like barking dogs, sporting events to further help mask your voice. But now, through this whole magical thing of AI, AI is a buzzword, but AI, we can now clone your voice as well. And I don't need much of your voice. All I need is possibly your voicemail, maybe 8 seconds of your audio. And now every word that comes out of my mouth is you. It sounds just like you. I can then call you, and your phone's going to show because your child is probably going to be in your contact list. It's going to show their name, their number, their imagery. And then my voice has become your child's voice. And now I'm going to manipulate you and whatever. Hey, Dad, hey, Grandpa, I got a flat tire on the way to school today. I can't get a hold of Mom. I just got to pay the tow truck driver. Can I get your credit card? What's a grandparent going to do for their grandchild? They're going to say, oh, absolutely. But now that the whole account's been drained, those are different types of cases that are happening. But yes, establish a code word. If something feels off, hang up and call your child back or call whoever called you back because they're call the real person, not somebody pretending to be that person. And that way you keep yourself safe.
Yeah, very helpful. I think we all just get so overwhelmed by it, and we talk about our family wizard a lot, and I think it's helpful to have conversations like this because there are people like Steven behind it that are kind of deciding what are important features to use, and it's a very quickly changing world, so you want to know that people are on top of it, and like these are things to watch out for, and basically give you like a safe little container to house the most important part of your life.
Exactly, exactly. And unfortunately, we're our own worst enemies because we all like free apps. Everything's free. Well, we've been told since we're little kids, nothing's for free. If it's free, you are the product. Go through your free apps that you've downloaded and look at the terms and conditions, the privacy policies. Look what you're giving up. You might be giving up microphone access. People talk about it all the time. Well, how does my social media know that I was talking about taking a vacation last week? It's because you turned on your location or your microphone settings inside that program, or the terms and conditions told you, hey, I'm going to steal this information from you. Today, data is more valuable than gold. So protect yourselves in many ways. Don't just go out there and just download just some app because it's cool or it's trending. Look at the terms and conditions and the privacy policy and make sure you're safe that way as well. Make sure your locations are only while using or never. Never leave it always on because that allows somebody to track you. Things like that.
Yeah, and I see more and more like these apps are default showing your location. I even saw like Instagram, it's like you got to go in there and find this button and turn this off, or they
Mhm.
can tell you that you're at that Starbucks right now, and that's
Mhm.
like you're like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. And they purposely make it difficult for you to actually remove that feature. And that goes back to our previous point. Take time, set a schedule. Today I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. And go through and audit your technology as you go. Don't get like overwhelmed like, "Oh my gosh, I have to do this right now." Like today's going to be all my social media. Tomorrow's going to be all my internet IoTs, internet of things, meaning my Alexas, my thermostats, things like that. Tomorrow's going to be something else. Make that plan.
Yeah, and I see Steph here saying cyber safety is so important for our children today. And look, I think a lot of people go through divorce and co-parenting. They want to model different, healthier behavior to their kids about relationships, things like that. But that also comes down to like they're interacting with a device all day. That is kind of a relationship. It's going to be a big part of it. We can't just tell our kids, "Hey, get off your phone," or we don't even know what they're doing. It starts with us to have better hygiene around our cyber stuff.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And the bad part of that is the peer pressures. When they go to school, my friend's got, Snapchat, my friend's got a smartphone. I need one too. So the peer pressures or societal pressures about having this. But I was watching the news just the other day where now there's actually a major court case where they're suing social media for being addictive and for purposely trying to mold our children in one way or another. So it's going to be very interesting how that turns out. But you're correct. It starts with us. I know we're all working professionals. We don't have, 8 hours in the evening to go through our children's phones or whatnot, but there's programs out there that'll help you along the way and kind of give you a daily digest, if you will, of what your children have been doing, how many texts they sent, the theme of the text. Was it depressive in nature? Was it, adult in nature? Things like that to help you along the way. And we can help with that as well.
Yeah, and last comment there I saw about X putting spyware on their kid's tablet. I assume you mentioned that before. That's like put an antivirus on your computer.
So spyware is probably one of the number one, I guess, tracking tools that are out there. And the reason being is we all take our cell phones everywhere we go. We take them to the bathroom. If I put an air tag or a tracker in your vehicle, you may park your vehicle somewhere and ride with a friend, but you're going to take your phone with you. So spyware is a program that basically lets me clone your phone. Everything that happens in your phone, I get an exact copy of. I don't need a tracker because I have your locations. I have your device. I can remotely activate your microphone and listen to conversations, turn on your camera and see your surroundings. Very, very eye opening programs, harmful programs that they kind of live in this weird realm of legality. Is what the legality piece is, if I have administrative rights to the phone, in other words, if I'm an employer and I give my employee a phone, if I'm a parent to a child, but you don't have administrative rights of your spouse or your co-parent, your partner, you don't have rights over them. You're an equal relationship. So you can't monitor, an ex or a spouse or whatever and get away with that. But people try all the time. And you're right, it is a very harmful program, but those antivirus, anti-malware programs, they really won't necessarily prevent it from happening, but it'll prevent it from remotely happening. So if I send you a link to your email and you click on that and try to remotely install it, it's going to block that. But there are ways, physical. If we're still in the same home together, you take a shower, you go to sleep, and I get physical access to your phone, I can install it. Things like that. But yes, it's a very harmful, eye-opening program.
And I think, yes, even if we are doing two or three of these things, we're improving our safety and technology. Not everybody's going to be like Steven, who has like, the Fort Knox set up where there's nothing getting through there. But like if you can be 30% safer and you can just have it on your mind a little more, it's a huge return on investment. And I think that again, going full circle, where something like Our Family Wizard, where it's the most important conversation that you're having every day,
Mhm.
it's important to have like that kind of a tool, that peace of mind that has your back.
Yeah, just to have no regrets. Don't go back and say, "Well, I should have done that." And even if that does occur, it's okay because you might be able to fix it. You may be able to go forward and say, "Okay, you may have got me once, you're not going to get me twice. Fool me once, fool me twice. Shame on me," type thing. So if something did happen, did occur, okay, let's learn from it. Let's move forward. Let's find a tech expert in your area. Reach out or whatever it may be, and see how I can audit or keep my stuff safe as well.
Mhm. Very good. And just one note, I know Our Family Wizard does offer for people that have some financial difficulty. I didn't even know this at first, but there's ways to get access to it if you are struggling financially. They're helping thousands of people across the country. So, reach out to Our Family Wizard on Instagram, email them, find their site, ourfamilywizard.com. Tons of resources for you.
For sure, for sure. The fee waiver process is very important because today we have a lot of financial hardships out there. And remember, we talked about free apps being bad. This is not making our app free. It's not a free app. We're explaining the cost of that. So it's still a safe, secure platform that's going to do all the features you need it to do, but it's a way to us to help you financially actually be able to afford that moving forward. Our job is, again, it's about the kids, not the conflict. Keep you safe, keep you documented, and we'll help walk you through the process.
I love that. Well, Stephen, thank you for having me on the show today. We should do more of these because it seems like every month there are new, like, holy crap, I didn't even know this was happening out there.
I agree. I agree. Thank you, Rob, for your time as well. And everyone for attending. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys. See
All right.
ya.
Thanks, bud. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.